Rain lashed against the windows of May's small apartment in San Francisco as she sifted through an old box of letters her father had left her. May wasn't one for nostalgia, but something about the letter at the bottom of the box caught her eye. It was addressed to her in shaky handwriting she didn't recognize. She opened it carefully, revealing a single line: "The whispering stone awaits. Seek it with clarity of intention, or it will remain silent." Her hands trembled as she turned the letter over, revealing a set of coordinates hastily scribbled on the back. The faint ink seemed to pulse with an unspoken urgency, drawing her into a mystery she couldn't ignore. May felt a shiver run down her spine. She had always dismissed her father's talk of hidden wisdom and Zen treasures as fanciful stories, but curiosity, mixed with unease, pulled her toward the coordinates. The coordinates led her to a remote forest in Japan where her father often traveled for retreats. As May trekked deeper into the woods, the path became unclear. Ancient trees towered over her, their branches whispering in the wind. At last she stumbled upon an old crumbling temple, hidden by time and nature. On its steps sat an elderly monk, his piercing eyes seeming to see straight through her. "Why have you come?" the monk asked. May hesitated. I'm looking for something called the Whispering Stone." The monk's face grew grave. "The stone reveals only what you are ready to hear. If your intentions are impure, it will bring nothing but chaos." Unbeknownst to May, she wasn't the only one seeking the Whispering Stone. In the shadows of the forest, a group of treasure hunters had been following her trail, their motives far from pure. As May stepped inside the temple, she felt an unsettling presence, a whisper of footsteps, the crunch of leaves. They were closer than she realized. Inside the temple, May found a stone pedestal covered in carvings of lotus flowers and waves. Atop it sat a smooth, glowing stone, its surface etched with symbols that seemed to shimmer and shift. May stepped closer to the stone, her movements cautious and deliberate. As she leaned in, her reflection shimmered on its surface, twisting and distorting like a fragmented version of herself, as if the stone were revealing pieces of her she had yet to confront. The monk's voice echoed from the shadows. "To hear its whispers, you must be clear in your intention. What is it you truly seek?" She whispers, "I seek peace, not wealth or power, just peace." Suddenly, the doors of the temple burst open and the treasure hunters stormed in, their eyes fixed on the glowing stone. Suddenly, a rough hand seized May's arm, yanking her away from the pedestal. Another figure loomed over the stone, gripping a crowbar high above his head, poised to strike with reckless force. "Get out of the way!" snarled the leader. "This stone belongs to us!" May held her ground. "You don't understand. It won't give you what you want." "That's not for you to decide," he spat, raising the crowbar. Before the hunter could strike, the stone emitted a low hum. The room filled with a blinding light and everyone froze. May felt a deep vibration in her chest as if the stone was speaking directly to her. The hunters froze, their weapons clattering to the ground as their faces contorted with confusion and fear. From the stone, shadows began to rise, curling and twisting like living tendrils of smoke. They enveloped the room, swirling around the hunters, their misty forms pulsing with an almost otherworldly energy. The stone's voice echoed in her mind. "Intention shapes reality, their greed binds them to their suffering, but your clarity will set you free." As the mist began to fade, the hunters stood dazed, their once determined expressions now hollow and uncertain. They stumbled out of the temple, their movements unsteady, as if the very greed that had driven them had been snuffed out like a dying flame. The air felt lighter, the oppressive tension they brought now gone. The stone began to whisper to May, its voice soft but powerful. It showed her flashes of her life, her restless ambition, her disconnection from others, her father's words of wisdom she had once ignored. The stone whispered, "True peace comes not from seeking but from being. Intend not to control, but to flow. Release, and you will find freedom." May placed her trembling hands on the smooth, glowing surface of the stone. Tears streamed down her face unbidden, as an overwhelming wave of calm swept through her. It was as though the stone's energy had unlocked something deep within, washing away her fears and filling her with a profound sense of peace. Just as May felt she had unlocked the secret, the stone's glow dimmed, revealing another carved message: pass the lesson forward. May looked down in awe as the intricate symbols on the stone began to glow and slowly transfer onto her palms. The patterns shimmered softly, their light warm and comforting, before gradually fading into her skin, leaving behind a lingering sense of connection and purpose. As she stepped out of the temple, the monk was waiting. You are now its keeper. The lesson is not yours to hoard, but to share. Months later, May sat in a meditation circle back in San Francisco, guiding others through the power of intention. Her voice was steady, her presence calm as she shared the story of the Whispering Stone. May's journey had begun with a question, but it ended with a truth. When your intentions are clear, the universe aligns. Peace is not something you find, it's something you create.